Hello and welcome to this webinar from the City and Guilds Skills for Work and Life team about the employability skills qualifications. This session is being recorded and will be available shortly on the Resource Hub webinar. For the purposes of the webinar, everybody has been muted, but please feel free to add your questions into the question bar and we will come back to them a little later. So firstly, welcome to the 2024-25 academic year. We hope that you all managed to get some sort of break over the summer holidays and you're back fighting and fit for the coming year. We're going to start with a bit of a reminder about the changes to the qualification suite that we introduced before the summer. As part of City and Guilds regulatory requirements as an awarding organisation, we are required to review our qualifications at regular intervals to ensure that they remain fit for purpose. As part of this review, we have to consider how well they use these qualifications are, and as a result of this, a number of qualification titles within the suite were identified as having little or no uptake. So, to assist with the streamlining of the employability skills offer, these have been withdrawn. This table sets out the different qualifications which are available within the suite with effect from the 1st of September 2024, together with which levels they are available at, from Entry 2 through to Level 2. If you are new to these qualifications, the different titles reflect the different sizes of qualifications, from an introductory award, which is the smallest, which only requires the completion of 2 credits, which is up to 13 guided learning hours, to the largest qualification, the diploma, which requires the completion of around 37 credits, which equates to about 370 guided learning hours. The personal and social development titles are now only available at Level 1, apart from the certificate, which is also available at Entry 3. These were originally introduced to have a narrower range of topics which related more specifically to the development of individual personal and social skills, but they use units from the main qualification, so a greater range is available from our employability skills titles. We also still have 3 vocational pathways open. There's a certificate for skills for working in the healthcare, adult care and retail, adult care and childcare sectors. There's a certificate for working in retail, together with an award for working in the hospitality industry, which is a very useful stepping on point. At the same time as we rationalised the titles in the employability skills suite, we removed a number of redundant units, which mainly related to motor vehicle or construction, which weren't being used as part of these qualifications, but it's all helped with the tidying up. To avoid confusion when registering learners for this academic year, those qualifications which are closed will not be listed in Walled Garden. If you have a learner who is currently registered on a closed programme, such as the Extended Award for Employability Skills at Level 2, they can continue to complete their portfolio of evidence, which can be assessed and undergo internal and external quality assurance in the usual way, and then be claimed in the Walled Garden. If at that point you require assistance, our customer support team will be happy to assist you. If you are new to these qualifications, you may not have met Walled Garden, but the rest of us are quite familiar with our secure administration portal. However, if you wish to register learners for employability skills, you choose the title of the qualification you wish to register them for, and you click on the green button which says Place an Order. On the order screen, you select the named registration function, and that gives you the opportunity to provide us with their names and date of birth. We'd also encourage you to give us their email addresses in order that when they've completed their qualification, we can award them with a digital credential should they choose to accept it. The named registration function can be done individually for individual learners, or you can do a bulk upload by EDI file. So we're all familiar with the 4-digit codes that City and Guilds uses to identify their qualifications. So for employability skills, it's 5546. But within the suite, there are 2-digit suffixes which identify the specific program. So for the introductory award, the suffix is -01, the award is -02, and so on. But for our larger qualifications, such as the certificate, the extended certificate, and the diploma, there are 2 suffixes. So what's the difference, and which one should you use? They're exactly the same qualifications, but they are a different approach to paying the fees. For example, the -04 suffix is what we call a results entry model. That's where you don't pay any fees up front, but instead, when you're ready to claim, you'll pay a fee for each unit claimed. From the 1st of September, that fee is £14.60 per unit, and there's no charge for the grading module which generates the certificate. On the other hand, the -40 fee consists of a registration fee of £44.30, and then there are no further fees to pay when you claim the units and the certificates. The very largest qualifications, the extended certificate and diploma, follow the same approach, although they both have an additional certification fee. So which approach should you follow? Well, for example, where you're confident that a learner is going to stay on programme with you for the full term of the qualification and achieve all their evidence, the upfront registration fee may be more suitable for you. On the other hand, you may have a learner who's already achieved a smaller size qualification with you, such as the extended award, and they've come back and wish to top up to the next size of qualification. So they may only need a further couple of units, in which case the pay by unit approach may work better for you. This screenshot is the page in Walled Garden where you make your claims. Just a reminder, although each unit is certificated in its own right, please don't forget to claim the overall certification for the qualification. These codes are found in the Units and Assessments section under Grading, and there are 3-digit code which starts with a 9 usually, such as 5546-903 for a Level 1 Introductory Award in Employability Skills. We often find that centres claim for the individual units, but they never actually claim the overarching certificate. I also thought I'd take the opportunity to talk about ESOL Skills for Life learners and people who are delivering those programs. If you're running an ESOL Skills for Life program, you may be looking for an additional funded qualification which would allow your learners to continue to develop their language skills to enable them to progress on to the next level of ESOL qualifications. The employability skills units are an ideal vehicle for language acquisition for ESOL learners, as they're focused on developing the skills and attributes that support life and work in the UK. This is a way to deliver an additional funded qualification to your ESOL learners while tailoring the content to target the language needs that are required to allow them to progress onto their next level. In September 23, we introduced a new digital skills qualification, Digital Functional Skills. This is available at 2 levels, Entry 3 and Level 1, and is designed to allow individuals to demonstrate the digital skills needed for life and work. However, we're finding that not all learners are ready for these new qualifications, which are based on the Department for Education's national digital standards. So we're suggesting that you may find the Introduction to ICT units available from Employability Skills 5546 is a useful stepping on point for learners who have little or no digital experience. The Introduction to ICT at Entry 2 allows learners to identify and use various types of hardware and software application, whilst the Introduction to ICT at Entry 3 builds on that, allowing learners to use the various software programs and to follow safe practice, all of which is good preparation for digital functional skills. These units are worth 3 credits each, around 20 guided learning hours of delivery, and can be delivered as an introductory award to employability skills, which is a funded qualification. This allows an inexperienced learner to get to grips with the content of a friendly portfolio-based qualification before tackling digital functional skills at Entry 3. We're also looking to add some new units to the 5546 suite, but we want to hear from you about what topics you need for your settings and your learners. We'll be sending out an email update shortly with a link to a survey, and it'll be shared on these slides, which will be on the Resource Hub shortly. We would like to understand a little bit more about your programs and hear your feedback, so please take just 6 minutes of your time to complete the survey. The survey will remain open until the 20th of September. In the meantime, you may be wondering what's happening to the Level 2 and before qualification reforms. Well, the change of government has meant that the qualification reforms process in England has been paused. However, we are expecting the consultation and reform of the personal, social and employability qualifications, otherwise known as PSEQs, to resume in the not too distant future. To make sure that you hear from us about the plans for reform and to keep in touch to share your feedback and reviews, please ensure that you've signed up to receive our email updates about skills for work and life. You visit any web page on cityandguilds.com and select the email updates link at the bottom of the page. You will be asked for your email address, and then the next page is called the Preference Center, and it will ask you to select the specific sectors you want to hear about. To hear about the new PSEQs and other employability-related news, select Skills for Work and Life from the list. You'll see that it also contains tick boxes for things like functional skills, should you not already be signed up for those. We'd like to invite you, if you're delivering employability skills, to come and join a session which is designed specifically to give you the opportunity online of networking with other people who are delivering these qualifications, sharing good practice and ideas for activities. The first session for this year is on Thursday, the 7th of November at 2 o'clock. Although it's online, it will not be recorded as it's designed to be an interactive session for you to join in and share your ideas. There's a registration link on this slide, but you can also go to our events and networks page for all the latest news about what's happening and what activities and networks and webinars we have on offer. And before we finish, I will go to the question box to see if there are any questions there. But otherwise, I hope that you found this webinar useful. If you have any questions about our employability skills qualifications, our customer service team will be happy to assist at customer support@cityandguilds.com or on their phone number, which is 0192 4930 800. As I say, a copy of this slide deck and a recording of the presentation will be available shortly for our Skills for Work and Life Resource Hub. And there's a link to that on this page as well. The rest of this slide deck does have an appendix, which is some slides which show all the qualification titles which are available at each level, as well as the table that I showed you in the beginning of this presentation.